Yeah. Welcome back. Alright, you'd seen the last thing. You'd seen what happened to Thundercall. He's been officially retired, and I've just very quickly tried to remake him from memory here. We are now in a new launcher. We're in a new everything. This is going to be the Battle for Azeroth expansion. So, we need to make ourselves a Horde character, and we have more than 7 options. Because I've just discovered, I was going through here trying to think of what we could make, and then I also saw all of the allied races have been unlocked as well, which obviously came from Legion. So we have a little bit more flexibility if we want to do specific stuff. However, I've basically thought about really what I want to do, and a couple of options have sprung to mind. The first one is I'd like to be some form of paladin or rogue. The paladin so I can still do a little bit of healing in the same way that I was doing before. And the rogue just because it allows me to be sneaky in the same way that I could have been with Druid as well. Other classes I am thinking of doing in the future are probably going to be Shaman or Warlock. Maybe even Death Knight, because I know it sounds silly, but I never touched Death Knight. Same with Demon Hunter, when I think about it. Like, I just never gave enough of a shit. Oh, and it requires Legion and a level 70 character. Fair enough, alright. So we can't do Demon Hunter. So I thought then Rogue or Paladin. Now, out of these, Orcs can be rogues, but they can't be paladins. Undead can be rogue, and I think they will be pretty good at it. Tauren can be paladins, and they'd be pretty fucking good at it as well. Trolls can be rogues. Blood elves can be both. Goblins can be rogues. Pandaren can be rogues, but it does seem a little silly to do a Pandaren. I don't know, it might just be me. Nightborn can be rogues. High Mountain Tauren can't be either, but they are quite limited in what they can do. Maggar Orcs can be rogues, but I don't think it's the best use of their talents. Zandalari Trolls can be paladins and rogues. I'd never seen that one before. And Volpera can be rogues. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go through each of these and think about the best ones that will work for it. So, Orcs. May enrage to increase damage, resistance to stun effects, and damage done by pets increase. So this is obviously going to be something that's better suited for a hunter. Maybe. It kind of seems like it would work okay. Undead can remove fear, sleep, and charm, may consume corpses to regain health or mana, can drain health from enemies and resistance to shadow damage. Also, not bad. Trolls. Berserk, increase attack and casting speed, regeneration, increase from killing game experience from killing beasts, reduce duration of movement, impairing effects, also pretty good. Blood Elves, enchanting skill increase, can restore resources such as mana or energy, can dispel nearby enemies, and resistance to arcane damage, so also pretty good. Goblins, can rocket jump forward, can launch rockets at enemies, receive vendor discounts, can periodically summon a personal bank, haste is increased, and alchemy and potion healing increased. Not terrible. Pandaren may be put to sleep. Yeah, Inbid Peace means twice as much rested experience, increased benefits from eating food, cooking skill increased, bouncy, and take less falling damage. Nightborn. Damage and snare nearby enemies increase magical damage resistance to arcane, inscription skill increased, and can summon the magical grimoire to access mail. Not bad. Maggar Orcs, invoke your ancestors granting you their power, faster mount speed while outdoors, pet health increased, and reduces the duration of all poisons, diseases, and curses. So probably? Zandalari Trolls, beseech a lower, obtaining one of the 6 powerful boons. Summon a Pterodax to reduce your falling speed, concentrate to heal yourself rapidly over a short time, and discover more gold from creatures. Not particularly rogue friendly. Last one, Volpera. Hurl a trick at a friend or foe to help or harm them. 8 slot larger backpack. Choose a place in the world to make it your camp. Take less damage the first time you're hit, and resistance to fire damage. Now, in terms of paladins, we've only got the Tauren, and I don't think I don't think you'd allow me to be a Tauren again. It'd be Blood Elf. Blood Elf and Tauren are the only paladin classes, and then Zandalari Trolls, which does intrigue me, but also it doesn't really give much kind of anything stat-wise. It's worth saying as well, the Zandalari Trolls will skip the first 20 levels. So, that does beg a lot of questions. Now, with Sparrow at level 80 now, yeah. So with Sparrow at level 80, he's going to be getting to 90, doing the entirety of the next area, and the Throne of Thunder. And then he's going to be trying to join us on this whilst doing an alliance character, of which I'm not sure. Obviously, he's been Hunter, so I'm trying to do like melee and ranged. So Hunter was ranged, and it will be melee next. So will probably be a warrior. Maybe that would work better. If I keep paladins as being like on the alliance side, where it could be a human, a dwarf, a Draenei, can't be a Worgen, Pandaren can't do it, Void Elf can't, Lightforge, yeah, that would probably be pretty decent. Dark Iron Dwarf, Cool Tyran, and Mechanome. Alright, okay. Let's change it up to Warrior. Warrior or Rogue. Because Warriors, well, I think an Orc would be decent. Increased damage, resistance to stun effects, and damage done by packs, so Orcs aren't doing too bad there. Everyone can be a Warrior, can't they? Yeah, absolutely everyone can be a Warrior. Yeah, that evens it out. Okay. Magarong, fast amount speed pair, reduces great. Okay, so with Warrior, it's not looking too bad for any of them. I don't think I'll go for an allied race as of right now. I think I'll probably be... If it was a rogue, I think it would have to be a goblin or an undead. If it was a warrior, it would probably be an orc. Okay. I think I've made my decision. I think we're going to be an undead rogue. Although the goblin is a cool rogue. Yeah, fuck it. We'll be a goblin. I just thought I love the goblin starting area way more than I like the undead one. Like, the undead is good, don't get me wrong. But when I think undead, I think warlock. And I can't unthink that because it just seems to work so well for the character. In the same way that Taurens work so well for being monks or hunters or anything like that, because, you know, it's part of them. Trolls would be very good shamans, orcs would be very good warriors. Blood elves, maybe priests or mages. When I think goblin, I think sneaky backstabbing. And what's more backstabby than a goblin rogue? Alrighty, Roo, let's get this guy looking okay, so we'll start with the skin colour. Kind of want like a deep green, but 2 or number 5? Number 2 or number 5? It's like an eye test. I'd say number 5. Number 5, the face. We'll probably get in with the red eyes, you know what I like. Hairstyle. I'll have a little bit of bounce to it. That looks a little weird. Bold spot. Okay. That's not bad. It will be a while before we can get to change it, so I like the nuts being involved. That's not bad. Oh, yeah, there we go. I like that. I mean, that's nice, but I don't like them around there, so I think that, definitely. In red or in black. Green also works. No, I think we'll go with red. It's more like a copper. Ears. Ears also changes the nose piercing, so let's try and see if we can get something that works for both of them. That's not bad. You can get plugs. Or kind of more swept back ears, not as big. I mean, I like that, but they're huge. I think maybe this one. They're kind of swept back. Nice couple of piercings. Looks good. Alright. Now we need to think of a name. So we had Sparrow and Thundercall, both of which were named after LARP characters. My only 2 LARP characters. I mean, Thundercall was the second name of my character, so why don't we try? Damn. Alright. Oh, I know. Give me a second. Because if I learn anything, when in doubt, use special characters. I mean, that was always the way in which I can get any character name that I wanted. Let's try that one. Sticks like that. How is that unavailable? Right, okay. Fair enough. French, Italian and Portuguese letters I'm trying now. Maybe something to do with the X. That's going into Arabic, maybe Latin. If I can sneak an X in that looks like a normal X, or a Y in that looks like a normal Y. This is, honestly, if I feel like I've got a good idea, I will just stick with it. Let's try that one. Oh, alright, never mind, it won't do that one. In Greek? No. There's a Japanese, there's a Korean. That's probably not going to work so well for us. I know that just looks like a normal Y, but no, okay, fair enough. So it's a rogue. I'm trying to think of any other kind of double-barreled names, you know what I mean? These double-barreled names will probably... this is going to sound silly, but that just is just a normal Y. Okay. Oh, how about that one? Can only contain letters. God damn it. We're going to have to think of something else. I mean, we can Cox. Oh no. Yisvalar. Fuck. Nosy. Haxel. Grease. Grease. Grease doesn't work bad. Grease. Should we try trees? God fucking damn it. No, alright, so really don't like those letters. Let's keep going through randomizing. Puzzle. Bocky Bean. Kazif. Blix. No. I don't even know what the fuck that is. Clamerky. Alkinks. Modoxy. Werns. Jesus. Criddles. Surely not. Poor Bimbu. Daxel. Flex. Drundick. Oh god, Plax. Blitz. Kalki. Basil. Cartblick. Craxy. Oh my god. Yoinks. Oh, come on, that would have been fucking brilliant. Damn it. Deary me. Okay, let's think more. Vriz. Nope. Nope. Torpix. Is there anything that is available here? Temin. Fricka. Flinks. How about just Flint? No? Okay. Damn it, I thought I could get away with that one. Let's see. Trying to think of more. Oops. More special characters that would work. I used to have a better sheet. Ah, here it is. That better sheet is here. If we go for... no, Styx was difficult in the sense that it didn't have any vowels. So... I liked Kenway, but then what was the other one I just did? I can't remember. Teach? No, teach would imply that we'd actually... we bring that down to there, maybe we can get away with teach, but... no, he's growing on me already, his redhead, so... Glocks. Oh, we could do Glocks. I don't hate Glocks. Let's start with Glocks, I think. Glocks. Alright, if we don't like it, I will go back through, basically. So let's start. Brand new character, Battle for Azeroth. Let's go. We'll be starting our adventures here on the Isle of Kezan. Kezan? Kazan. Something along those lines. And we'll do a solid bit. Now, I think I've gone through... I had another character there. I'm not too sure whether or not you could see that. I had another character. I was using that for testing purposes and trying to figure out in terms of levels, how close I can get, and if there was any way to skip XP gain or anything like that. So obviously there would be some very grand music going on right now, which the Goblin music is some of the best stuff. Truly. It's taking us around Kezan and saying how, you know, this is the industry area for all of the goblins and where they've made their home. And it's a really cool little place. Obviously heavily polluted and disgusting, but, you know, beggars and choosers. And that is Mount Kezan, where they are currently, living near. But we have this pad here. Ah, that's going to answer my question. And here we are. Oh god, right, we'll get rid of that, we don't need that. So, let's make a couple of changes straight away. We are going to keep out of other channels. Current experience gain is 10. Alright. And then new guild and community finder, we don't care about that. And I also can't move. Why not? Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Let's just try that. I don't think it will allow us to join until we do it. Now can I do it? No? Okay. I can open stuff. I can pop it on, but... seems a little small. Oh, maybe that's just me. I can't even press escape here. Well, I could do that. That's good to know. One moment. Good evening, everyone, and welcome back. Well, I say back. You probably saw we did a little bit at the very, very start, and then realised we couldn't move. That has now been fixed. I opened a ticket and was able to get something sorted. They sent me a file to add in with my config, which was great. Now, here's another downside, and I'm not too sure why this is happening. You see down here in the bottom, it says our bandwidth is currently 0, and our download is currently 0% complete. If I now choose the map, you'll notice this glaring green bit. This is because for some reason, some of the maps just haven't loaded in. This is something I am waiting on their response for, but hopefully I'll be able to get a response to it within the next couple of days, and then fix it by next week, without having to hopefully reinstall everything. So, this, if you haven't already met him, is Glox. Glox is going to be our next major character. He is a Goblin rogue, as you can probably tell. We're going to try and get through as much as we can, and this is using the new... so we were using Erebos, I believe, before. This is the Firestorm launcher, which means we get a little bit extra stuff. For example, we get a portal that goes straight to Ogrimmar if you want to try other stuff. We also have this lovely person who can get our experience rate up to ×10, which may be a bit much. I popped it on for 3 at the moment. I tried it on 10 before, last week, but I don't think it's just going to work. So we're going to try it as this, and we're just going to try and enjoy it. If it gets a little bit tiresome, we could possibly bump into 5, but we'll see how it goes. For now, here we are. Alright, so talking to Sassy Hardwrench, who wants us to deliver Sassy's incentive to foreman Dampwick at KTC headquarters on Kezan. It's going to make it slightly harder for us to try and figure out where that is going to be, but that's alright. We'll get through it. Well, luckily it's just over here. I believe everything's pretty much the same. Now this thing keeps popping up as well. Game data is currently being downloaded. It comes up but doesn't stick around for very long. Yeah, it's an incentive. Oh. Yeah, that's a bomb straight away. Alright. Good help is hard to find. So, adjust the attitudes of 8 defiant trolls, no problem. And you want want us to slay 6 tunneling worms and we'll get ourselves a vest. You got it. Let's get going. I've always really loved the Goblin starting area, which has been so much fun. Now, because this is not Mr. Pandaria anymore, it's going to be slightly different in terms of AI and what we can do and get away with. I mean, it's newer. And because it's newer, there are some bits that we may have to get used to. This is Battle for Azeroth, as opposed to Mr. Pandaria, so we're several expansions ahead. But that's level 2. I'm also going to bump this up. I swear I did. Oh, it is on 14. Okay, never mind. We'll leave that as is. Combo points, I should say, which are going to be our main thing for us to use. I've not played Rogue very much, I will admit, and I don't know it very well. But what I do know is Druid, Feral Druid at least, which shares a lot of similarities. Trouble in the mines. Fantastic. We'll make our way back. Now we have 2 little things that we can do here. Rocket jump, which will help us move, and rocket barrage, which will give us just a little bit of extra damage. It's really not that much. I mean, 22 fire damage for us right now is fucking nothing. But I like how they're all in sync. Everyone's in sync. Okay. Attitude adjusted. Fantastic. Alright, let's make our way back up. And we're not going to do what I do every time, which is try and rocket jump my way up a hill, which will not go very far and not do very well. Alright. There's Form Dankwick. There's your stuff. And there is the Tunnel Worm Vest. Deliver the 6-pack of Kanji-Cola to Sassy Hardwrench. You got it. Okay. Now we also have Eviscerate. A finishing move that disembowels the target, causing damage per combo point, so that will be very useful to us. We have, of course, lost all of our combo points now, so whatever. There we go. Alright, and there's the complete Speak to Meg's Dread Shredder. Sure. Meg's Dread Shredder is right here. Marketing rep. Alright. So, we get the keys to the Hot Rod. And we get to pick up our friends, Ace, Gobber, and Izzy. And we'll get ourselves some leggings. Speaking of devil. I'll also put this on here, because this will be our main mount for this area. I would love... Oh, it does. I didn't think that would work, if I'm honest. Let's see if I can turn it off now, but I don't think I can. You know what, I'll exit out. Then we'll get back in. Izzy, you coming with? Alright. Gobbo. Lovely. Is he just running behind? Jeez. Seems rather harsh, but it's actually kind of funny. Okay. There we go. As you can see, Kazan is a a very goblin world. Made for goblins by goblins. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. And although these bright lights should have disappeared, they are still with us. What we'll do is we'll hop out. And after handing this in, there's our leggings. Speak with Coach, cross-check. Hop out. Make sure that's gone. The light is now there. And... oh, it's back. But they're all back in. That's okay. We'll take the old shortcut. Still works. Lovely. Look at that. Okay. And the coach is here and he's going to make us play a little football. There you are. Right. That is level 4. Fantastic. So we need to collect 6 replacement parts. And we can do that from the comfort of the hot rod, which makes this a little bit easier to deal with, but it's still slightly harder because of the fucking light that's shining on us. You'd think we would have picked a priest. No, I did think about picking a priest actually, but I've always found that priests work really well as healers. However, if I'm in an area or an instance, I guess, where there aren't that many players, and this is something I've noticed quite quickly, there is not that many people playing this version as I was initially planning. So I might as well go through what else we've thought of here. So I have this character here, Glocks, who is just gonna be a rogue, a horde rogue. So we were a horde druid, which was very much focused on spells and spell casting, even though granted I could have switched over to a different spec, but I didn't. So that focused on spell casting, whereas the rogue is basically going to be primarily melee focused. Oh, look who it is. You. No? Okay. Where's your replacement parts? Get in the Bilgewater Buccaneer and then throw the foot bomb at 8 steam wheel sharks. Okay. Be able to do 2 in one go there. Lovely. Last one. Now here's where it gets interesting. Take the goal. No? Okay. I guess I get out and then score the winning goal. Yep, sure. Now, ready? We've got to hit it between those smokestacks. You think we can do it? Let's go. Off it goes, but also... Also? No? Okay. He's a little bit fucked. There we go. Deathwing. The sun has set on this mortal world, fools. Make peace with your end, for the hour of twilight falls. Shit. Time to go. Did you see that dragon? Yeah, okay. Speak with Sassy Hardwrench at KTC headquarters on Kazan. We've got to make our way back. Now we've got stealth. This is going to be our main thing here. Stealth. It's going to be able to get us doing everything that we wanted to do in previous ones. So we're going to give it a news. What was I talking about? Oh yes, right. So we have a horde melee, which means that an alliance should be spells. 3 choices really: shaman, mage, or priest. Because obviously we couldn't do a druid again, that would seem a bit silly. So so I went with a shaman. And I'm hoping, well, if I can remember, I will go through it a little later on, but if I can remember, I can show you how, which ones. Okay, Sassy Hardwrench gives Sassy the news. Deathwing, oh dear, right, okay. There's your Debt Collector Gloves, Beat Down Bruno, Flame Retardant, Frankie Gear Slipper, Jack the Hammer, and Sudsy McGee. Some of these names. And Candy Cane is supposed to be our girlfriend, which is very nice. We need speak with the F-Bot bank teller at the first bank of Kezan to get ourselves a stack of macaroons. Alright, let's go. No other quests for us to do. So let's get going. Now. I think I use the exact same shortcut every single time. So it's obvious to me now that there is a lot of graphical glitches within this game. Yeah, the map's useless to us. Oh yeah, I was going too hard into it. I mean, the bank is right around the corner here, so we can do that now whilst we can. And then we can buy some nice shiny stuff. So it is something that I'm now considering as, shit, maybe we look somewhere else. Because I've had nothing but problems with this so far, and it's kind of annoying. And, you know, if this is an episode that we can do before shit hits the fan, no problem. We're not that far into it, it's not that deep, you know? But just, I don't know. Seems a bit silly. Right, let's see what we can do with this guy. We'll need to put these on as well. I could use a Vis right now, but I was just about to say it's not worth it. There we go. Alright. See, we've already killed him. He's gone friendly, but we're still attacking it. It just seems slightly off in many different ways. So, yeah, it is a bit of a shame. I did test this with another character, because obviously these have allied races that you can unlock. So I had an allied race that has been leveling totally fine. I don't know whether or not it's just the goblins or what, but it's a little frustrating. Hopefully though, it's not too off-putting, because I'm more than happy to simply redo a lot of it if I need to. I'm more than happy to. It doesn't take too much. We can keep the same name usually. But I'll do some research. I thought these guys were supposed to be helping me out, which is kind of weird, but no problem. Starting to go into the red again, there we go. Last one. So we're still being attacked, there we go. Jack the Hammer. We may be in trouble here. Well, that's one death. Didn't give it too long, did I? Right. Fresh page. ourselves back up from here. I'm thinking I can do stuff like buy stuff. There we go. Cool shades. And then we'll go over to wherever this guy was. Here he is, the custom clothier. There we go. Where's the next guy? Just down here, I think. That's it. Bling merchant. Fantastic. Alright. Just need to go and beat down Jack the Hammer. I'm gonna have to put this thing on. I really did think these guys were going to help me out, but it doesn't seem like that's the case, does it? Okay, we'll see about this. Now you'll notice as well that as we level up, they're not going to go any lower. They are basically going to stay our level throughout this entire thing, which can possibly make this slightly harder for us. That wasn't really something we had to deal with last time. It was pretty smooth. I'm not going to be able to do that again. So yeah, they're all going to stay our level, which may make it interesting for... Well, actually, no, we don't have to worry about hunters. But the character that I made for myself was a hunter, because... I wanted to. And I feel out of all of the expansions, I know it's not like the most popular. However, to me, it was like the one that really kind of brought back a lot of the story that I thought was missing. There's the Debt Collector's Gloves. And there's all that shit. So we'll go and have fun at the party. And then we'll pop these on. Use your new powers below to make your party guests happy. If I only had someone to dance with, that would be... dance. Okay. 4. Woohoo, fireworks. Good. A disco ball, right? Disco ball. I need a bucket. Same. There you go. I had someone to dance with. Need a bucket. And the music here, I'm not too sure if we'll get copyright struck for it, but I don't know how long this will last up. Honestly. Which is a shame. It does mean I'm going to have to just do a bit more research. I think that is genuinely it. Nom nom nom. I love fireworks for you. Dance. One more. There we go. Awesome. What was that I just saw? A waiter. Interesting. Okay. Now let's see what happens when we hand this back in, I imagine. Well, I know exactly what's going to happen, but... Kill 12 pirate party crashers in order to save your career. we want to be in stealth every single time. Why have we got 3 Izzies? A troop of mostly Izzies and other friends. So to get the controls working, I'm just remembering this because I pressed T. To get the controls working, I spent hours going through and meticulously, like, checking all of the controls that were available in the previous version of the other server, and just making absolute sure that they all matched. And if they matched, I wouldn't do anything. If they didn't match, I would change it. Took me ages, absolutely ages. Got a couple of nice pouches on like that, but that's about it. Everything else is not doing so well. And of course, the higher we go with this, the more damage it'll do. And these things only have 52 health. So it makes absolute sense for us to just level up as hard as we can and as fast as we can. Excuse me. There we go. We're not actually going to move any faster, I don't think. But I can't tell. Right. Okay, that was close. Please don't shoot me. Yeah, you better go there. Speak with Trade Prince Gallywix. Upstairs. Sure. There he is. Speak with Sassy Hardwrench. You got it. It's a lot of story that most of the time is not very important. Too far away, there we go. Crack the vault at the first bank of Kesn to receive your personal riches. Now this one, I remember as being quite difficult. And we have a rogue trainer quest. Obtain Moldy's Falcon, the Goblin, Lisa, and the Ultimate Bomb. Never mind. Okay. Oh, a couple more quests over here as well. Megs. Use your hot rod to run over 12 hired looters, collect 12 stolen goods. Sure. And Foreman Dampwick. Collect 12 Kazamite chunks. You got it. Okay. Let's go. I guess that doesn't work. Guess we'll have to kill him. This is what I mean. Stuff like this should work. Should work instantly. But it just means extra XP, I guess. We don't get any XP out of. Oh no, sorry, we don't get any loot out of them. So it's just going to be this. Yeah, I'm starting to feel quite disappointed, I'll be honest. But I owe you an episode. I owe all an episode. Because last week... yeah. After finding out that it just didn't work, I probably should have figured by there it was going to be slightly different or difficult. The alternative is I just on Sparrow and do 2 episodes a week. But we're going through him so fast, as it were, that it's not conducive of a good use of time. Oh, you see what I mean? It's just fucking pointless. There's no point in me using the map because I can't see anything out of it. Time that incorrectly. Yeah. Oh. Well, that works. Okay, right, this is gonna suck. 1 through 5. You're breaking into the vault to retrieve your personal riches. Your Goblin all-in-one belt below to crap open the vault. Yep, we got it all here. Amazing G-Ray, Blast Cracker's Aeroscope, Infinite Lock, Pick and Kazimite Drill. It needs to reach 100%. Doing it wrong will suck, doing it right will be good. Than I thought, and it made less noise. And now we can get out of that. You have your personal riches. So if I click on them when I'm going past, will that do something? It will. So I need to be targeting them in order to do that. No? Okay. Apparently not. Generation is just terrible. One more time. Let's do it like this. Okay, so it does work. Sometimes. Right, we'll go and get these. Luckily, I know this place quite well. Now we've been turned. I say turned. We are disguised using Hobard's ingenious cap of mook foolery. I doubt they're going to do anything, and even if they wanted to, we just got to stay clear of the dogs. I think they're the dogs. Something can see us, I know that. I just can't remember what it is. There's the Goblin Lisa. There we go. Dogs aren't here, apparently. Okay. Okay. Take that. Cool. Let's get out of here, make our way back to our place. You'll notice now there's a lot of fire. Shit's started to be attacked and people are starting to panic. not going the right way, am I? No, because the bridge is out. Ooh, shit. Honestly thought that would stop me. Whoops. Okay, no problem. Let's get ourselves back. Around. I thought I would slow down, but I did not slow down. This is not good. Oh, we got a little XP out of it. It's not the worst thing in the world. Alright, let's get back up. Okay. We can hand this in right now because why not? That's got us to level 8. Oh, sorry. Wait, that's got us to level... Well, the hot rods reach level 8. How has that worked? How is that... Okay, you know what? Fuck it. We'll get these rebellious trolls. And these Kajamite chunks. 3 more pouches. I feel that may be a bit excessive, really. But... 2 rebellious trolls in one. And one of the defiant trolls from earlier. Okay. Kind of sad this isn't a review. I feel like this would have worked better as a review. So you could better figure out what you're getting. But I'm starting to decide things now. My bag's gonna fill up with bags. And there's a Kajamite chunk in the floor there that I can't get to. Splendid. Cheap shots at level 8. I think what I'll do is I'll get us off Kazan, and then once we're off Kazan, I'll splice together the video which I had from last week of us creating the character, because there was a lot of talk on that. And then I'll do some more research, I guess. Oh, you're right, is he? Alright, let's go up. Can't go down, we must go up. I think we'll hit 8 before we do that though, which will be fun. There's Sassy's personal riches. We'll take take the shoes and a bank robber's bag. Alright. We'll hand that in. There's the stolen goods. And then we will go to Foreman Dampwick, where we'll give you the Kajamite chunks. Almost at level 8, we're almost there. First, overload the defective generator. I see. activate the leaky stove. Drop a cigar on a flammable bed. Good. Probably want to get out of here, mate. Me too. Okay. Let's do it. Oh shit, that was a bit hard. Get in there, Gaspot. There we go. Claims adjuster. Cool. And there's level 8. Sassy Hardwrench. Harmed over your life savings to trade Prince Gallywalks. Aboard the Trade Prince's yacht. You got it. There's our life savings. So many bags full. These are all 6-slot bags, so having this makes no difference. Alright, let's go. If memory serves, this should be the last bit before we are off the island. I'll need to remember to mute the video that would immediately... Why are you still here? Why are they still red for us? This makes no sense. None of this makes sense. Yeah, this is quite annoying now, and I will stop it immediately after this. The only good thing is it's lucky that I'm not paying for it. I don't think I'm paying for any of their services because, well, they're free. Luckily, they're free. Oh my god. Fuck's sake. Right, okay. Last bit. Right. Okay. And that's it. This is taking a long time as well. What the hell? I thought it was just going to load a cutscene and get us into the next bit. It should not usually take this long. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yes, let me start my apologies now. I'm very sorry if you're at this point and you're as pissed off as me. Please be vocal about it. This shouldn't be happening. Yeah, this should not be happening. This should be way better. I'm gonna try and find more Battle for Azeroth private servers. Just made a quick note to myself to avoid this in the future. Oh. And cue the cutscene? No? Can I skip it? Yes, I can skip it. Fantastic. And then we'll wait another 9 years to see what happens.
you ever been so angry that you just go, you know what, I haven't ever done this, but I'm going to leave feedback? Leave feedback? Never. Surely not. Anything but that. But just look at this. This is taking far too long to load in post cutscene. There we go. Right. So here's where we'll leave it on Shipwreck Shore, where we already have things to kill, apparently. Right. Okay, once I'm resuscitated, at least, let's not get silly. Okay. Don't go into the light. Sure. And I'm back in. Alright. We're not going to accept any more quests. We're going to leave it here. As I say, if you have been as affected as I have over this game, please let me know, and I will sort a different one out for next week. Take care, stay safe. I'll see you next week. I'll think of something, don't worry.